final division, mate, before we get into the individual stuff. The AFC West. I don't like this division, just in general. I don't know why. I just don't like the vibes it gives me. I'm wearing a Colorado shirt, but the vibes that the Broncos and Raiders gives me just a bit weird. And Chargers also as well. But obviously, Chiefs, one of the Super Bowl favorites, if not the Super Bowl favorite this year. This division plays the AFC North, so that's a pretty tough one. Going to be exciting to see Kansas go up against those three teams. And then the NFC East, which Kansas will probably win all of those, but for the other teams, that'll be interesting. I've got Kansas winning 15 games. I reckon they'll be... I don't know. I just don't back teams winning 16 or 17 games. I think every team drops a couple here or there. Don't know what your opinion on that one is. And then I've got the Chargers in at second. Similar to last year, I found the positioning of this division really tough. I just don't see much between the Raiders and Chargers. Raiders have added quite a few big names. Yannick Ngakoue, Solomon Thomas, former, I think, top 10 pick maybe from the 49ers. John Brown as well from Buffalo Bill fame. They've lost a couple of O-line pieces and Nelson Aguilar, which is really not that big of a loss. But the only thing that scares me from the Raiders is just, I know Derek Carr, he's a good enough quarterback, but he never really sets the world on fire. And he's always, a couple bad games away from being benched. And that sort of QB uncertainty I don't like. So that's why I've put the Chargers ahead of them. The Chargers with a new coach this year, so that might take a little bit of getting used to, but I reckon the Chargers' defense might return to its glory days this year. They've brought in the Rams' defensive coordinator, which is pretty interesting. They were really good in defense like 2019. Not as good last year, but they've let Melvin Ingram go, even though he was pretty bad last year. And I don't know, I just love Justin Herbert, to be honest. Don't know about you, but... reckon they win 10 games. Reckon the Raiders win 9 games. And then I've got the Broncos improving 2 games from 5 to 7 wins. I don't see a huge leap for them. They've added some people, but I don't think it really improves their team that much. But I think their defense will maybe be a little bit better this year. What do you reckon about the AFC West, mate?
Yeah, so I thought this was a saucy call, but you've said the exact same. So I've got Chiefs first, clearly. Haven't given any team above 13 wins. I've got them 13-4. Someone will, either them or the Bucks will get 15 or whatever. But I've also got the Chargers second on 10 wins. I think their offense is going to be elite this season. Herbert's second year, Keenan Allen, Eckler, just elite weapons all around. And as you said, hopefully if their defense can kind of just improve a bit, pull through, then I think they'll do very well. And for a long time as well with Herbert under center. Third, I've got the Broncos. I think they're going to be quite similar to Washington, just beast defense, shocking offense. Don't think Locke or Bridgewater are that good. Decent weapons, but I've got them 7-10. And then the Raiders, the big fallers for me on 6-11. Just as you kind of alluded to, boring team. Derek Carr, average... loves his 5-yard passes to Darren Waller, and not the best defense either. So they can come in last.
Yeah, I don't know. The Raiders are just a weird team. I find them hard to predict because I swear they just always get the same amount of wins. But
they actually tend to churn a few.
Yeah, I don't think they're good, but they just get wins. They accumulate. But yeah, I rate that we're on the Chargers. Also, we didn't mention that Anthony Lynn, one of the all-time worst coaches ever. Man was disgraceful. But anyways, felt bad for the great man. Felt bad for the great man. But let's be real. Let's not sugarcoat it. Going to be interesting to see what happens in their tight end department. Obviously, Hunter Henry has been moved on to the Pats. They've brought in Jared Cook, but he is 34. But 2 years ago, he had 900 receiving yards. So he's obviously not that far from being a really good player again. But they've also got a young guy, I think Donald Parham or something. But tight ends, they had 3 or 4 tight ends going at the end of last year. They were just every touchdown they scored, it would just be to a random tight end. So it's going to be interesting to see how Jared Cook's production goes off the back of Herbert. But yeah, Herbert's going to be interesting. Can he keep up the levels that he was achieving, which was incredible last year in his rookie year? I think he does, but it will be an incredible side if he does.
It's a miracle! Oh, yeah! What about that one? Unbelievable! Balotelli, Aguero! Crowd cheers. Here's Siddle.